ago, I made a video called the Sparkling Zero versus Xenoverse 2 debate. It's crazy. Now, in that video, I ended up talking about a debate that was going on when people start comparing Xenoverse 2 and Sparkling Zero back to back and try to see that both games are trying to see which game is better. Which, even though that those games were both owned by Bandai, but both developed by two different developers. Like Xenoverse 2 was, like I said before in that video, was developed by Dimps, and Sparkling Zero, which according to my research, when I was actually searching up when I was making that video, was created by Spike Chunsoft, which is also that these two developers created two Dragon Ball games, but they're both different. They're both different Dragon Ball games. And now there's like a whole nother, now basically this is just me, and now there's like another debate going on where there's people are now comparing the combos between Xenoverse 2 and Aquin Zero. And obviously, like I said, Dragon Ball fans are a different breed. I mean, not all Dragon Ball fans are just not like that because they're going to go ahead and have problems of comparing their favorite game, and there are so many, and they can basically just like compare their games to a different game by saying Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 is way better than Invasion Blast. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 is way better than Naruto. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 is way better than Jump Force. Or overall, at least not all Dragon Ball fans act like that. But now some people are ending up comparing the combos in Xenoverse 2 and like I said in my first video where I talking about this debate going on, it's very crazy. Like I said, but for me, example, when I do combos in Xenoverse 2, like, if you don't know, I have a playlist called Combos and it was in one of my playlists. And in that playlist, it featured a lot of combos I do. And unfortunately, I don't do these combos while on PvP matches because we already know the deck code is pretty much trash, and because I usually do these combos offline, and basically that's exactly why I come up with crazy combos. Well, some of them might be cool, some of them might be amazing, and some of them might need some more improvement. But nobody needs to tell you if you're very good at Xenoverse 2 and good at these doing combos. You don't have to basically to tell someone to do it online because they're good at the game. But let me tell you something. It's just, listen, if I have been doing some cool combos, and if someone tells me to say, hey, can you do this online too? And I was like, and I will say no, because I don't do these combos online because of the netcode is pretty much garbage. Because the reason why it's garbage is because how a player's connections, how those players' connections can be bad, how they have one bar connection, and how it will be difficult to fight them. Overall, despite me, he already had tell me announced that I'm quitting PvP matches pretty much soon. There's no need to prove these people wrong. That I can do these combos like the ones on the playlist is that I do, just because some people say that people that who basically do these types of combos are good at the game. But there's one major thing that got this thing even more crazy. Like, one, the argument which we started when like I said, there's a lot of people are comparing Xenoverse 2 to Sparkly Zero, which I made a video which was 5 days ago. Oh, and it's just like, I mean, one person said that some people person said that the Tekkaichi franchise was a generic Dragon Ball franchise of all, even though that's their opinion. But I don't think it's not generic. It's just those games. The Tekkaichi series is what started the entire series. I mean, I can count on it all. Budokai 1, Budokai Tekkaichi 1, Budokai Tekkaichi 2, Budokai Tekkaichi 3, and Sparkling Zero, also known what people call it Budokai Tekkaichi 3, or if you want to do, or you saw with the Budokai games. They're not generic. It's what started what Dragon Ball fighting games are all about. But it's okay to compare the combos to them, but there's no need to prove people wrong about it. But obviously, like I said, when it comes to Dragon Ball fans started comparing stuff into comparing Xenoverse 2, Sparkling Zero to different other games, it makes a lot of sense of what type of breed of Dragon Ball fans are they. And like I said, not all Dragon Ball fans are going to be like that. There are some real Dragon Ball fans out there that just don't basically compare those two different games, which are both owned by different developers, and just say that they both like those games too. They're both favorite games. They both play the games on the same console, whether it's on their PS4 or PS5. It still doesn't matter what game that they actually love, what Dragon Ball game that they like the most. And then one of the things to end things off here is that even though that people who can compare games or combos to different other games, or like Sparkly Zero, for example, does not mean they do not have to be better. They are both good, better games. They're both good games. They're both games owned by the same company. They're both games developed by the same, but both developed by different developers. There's different producers and everything. But overall, it's one of the most craziest one of the most craziest debates. And hopefully I don't need to have to make another video like this, because I don't want to make a series like this, because I really wanted to make. I really want to be this big. This has always been big. I'm always stuttering so much because apparently it's hard to keep up. But the fact that I thought that I made one video to talk about out the side debate about Xenoverse 2 versus Sparkling Zero, it's crazy. But making a video about how people are now comparing the combos of those games now makes it even more insane. Like I said, they're both developed by the same company. They're both developed by different developers. And like I said, it doesn't matter. And why we say this? It doesn't matter if Xenoverse 2 or Sparkling Zero are good, are the better games. They're both good games. Some fans need to share. They need to share their games and basically just share their opinions as well. Not just to spread like a huge debate to create like some rival gang or something. But that's just my opinion. But anyways, that's gonna be it for this video. So if you guys like this video, please give it a like and subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. And as always, this is Tomas Matis, sign off. See you guys later, and I see you guys in the next one. Farewell, my fellow time trollers.